10 graduating seniors. Our first senior being honored this evening will be number 000, Tamiley Easterling. Tamiley Easterling is accompanied by her mom, Tasha, her dad, Tim Easterling Sr., and her siblings, Tamaya Taylor and Tim Jr. Outside of soccer, Tamiley is involved with HOSA. She actively volunteers at the Shared Harvest and Matthew 25 Ministries. She plans on pursuing a degree in pre-physical therapy in the state of Ohio. Then she continues her schooling in pursuit of a doctorate of physical therapy. Tamiley's favorite memories at West was a team outing at Longhorn Steakhouse, leaving her with a variety of emotions she will never forget. Tamiley, thank you for all your hard work and dedication to the program. We're excited to see what you accomplish in your next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, Tamiley Easterling. Our next senior up will be number 3, Brooke Barlaw. Brooke is escorted by her mom, Heather, and her sister, Bryn. Outside of soccer, Brooke is a part of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. While undecided where she plans to continue her education, Brooke will be pursuing a degree in engineering. Brooke's favorite memory of West Soccer is going to dinner in the Dent Schoolhouse as a team. Thank you for all your contributed. Brooke, we will miss you. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Brooke Barlaw. Our next senior will be number 5, Bree Pace. Bree is accompanied by her parents, Kelly and Zach, and her siblings, Molly and Nolan. Bree has previously ran cross country and has taken part in several art competitions outside of her time at the soccer field. Bree's goal is to attend the University of Cincinnati, pursuing interest into the DAAP program to major in visual communication. Her favorite memory from West Soccer is the team dinners and spending time with her friends. Bree, we are proud of your relentless attitude and your journey you have had with this program. Good luck next year. Ladies, put your hands together for Bree Pace. Our next senior here this evening will be number 6, Julie Schultz. Julie is escorted by her parents, Jane and Doug, and her sister, Jenna, who is also a West Soccer alum. Beyond the soccer field, Julie is part of the Student Athletic Advisory Board, Environmental Club, Symphonic Winds, as well as a stud on the wrestling mat for Lakota West. Julie plans to attend Ball State University to study speech pathology. Her favorite soccer memory is the delicious team dinners and time with friends. Julie, the epitome of a team player and dedication. Thank you for all your hard work these past 4 years. Chirp, chirp. Ladies and gentlemen, Julie Schultz. Our next senior will be number 8, Gracie Goodman. Gracie is escorted by her dad, Al, her mom and stepdad, Kim and Rich, and her boyfriend, Lorenzo. Gracie has spent time off the soccer field participating in culinary club and spending time with her friends in the special education department. Gracie plans to attend the University of Cincinnati to study business and finance with the goal of one day to being a real estate agent and a small business owner of her own bakery. Sounds delicious. Her favorite soccer memory was celebrating with her teammates under the lights when they beat Fairfield last season as a junior. Gracie has shown the ability to handle adversity, setbacks, and will work to come back stronger and better. Thank you for all you've contributed to the program. We're excited for your next chapter and support your bakery. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, Gracie Goodman. Our next senior will be number 12, Grace Witterstater. Grace is accompanied by her parents, Angie and Jeff. She has been a member of the HOSA for 2 years. Outside of soccer, plans to attend sonography school to become an ultrasound technician. She has her heart set on prenatal ultrasounds. Gracie's favorite soccer memory was going to dinner at the Dent with her teammates. Grace, thank you for your commitment, heart, and dedication the last 4 years. Good luck in your next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Grace Witterstater. Our next senior this evening will be number 13, Leah Held. Leah is escorted by her parents, Laura and Dan, along with her siblings, Jenna and Jonah. Off the soccer field, Leah is involved in True Strength, National Honor Society, Student Athletic Advisory Board, and the HSOA. While undecided where she will attend, Leah plans to study biology and pursue a medical degree after undergrad studies. Her favorite West Soccer memory in the morning runs and getting Smoothie King after. Leah, thank you for your heart and soul these last 4 years, growing and developing to always fit where the team needed you. Wishing you the best as you take the next step in your journey. Ladies and gentlemen, number 13, Leah Held. Our next senior this evening will be number 17, Audrey Anthony. Audrey is escorted by her parents, Kim and Eric, along with her siblings, Abby and Avery. While not at soccer, Audrey participates in National Honor Society and Student Athletic Advisory Board, likes long walks on the beach. Audrey participates in the National Honor Society and Student Athletic Advisory Board. She is currently undecided which she'd like to attend college, but is pursuing a degree in physical therapy. Audrey's favorite memory from West Soccer is playing with her older sister, Abby. Audrey, it has been a privilege to watch you grow with your growth and success over the last 4 years. We will miss your tenacity, but know you will carry on with you in your next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, number 17, Audrey Anthony. Up next will be number 18, Kelsey Bulldog. Kelsey is accompanied by her parents, Mindy and Tim, as well as her brother and sister, Nolan and Leah. Outside of soccer, Kelsey is involved in National Honor Society and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She will continue her soccer career at the University of Cumberland while planning to major in nursing. Kelsey's favorite West Soccer memory was beating M&D for the first time this year and scoring the game-winning goal. Kelsey, thank you for your last 4 years committed to the program. It's been so much fun to watch you grow as a player and young lady. Exciting to watch you in your next year at the Cumberlands. Ladies and gentlemen, number 18 senior, Kelsey Bowler. Our last senior this evening will be number 22, Kelsey King. Kelsey is escorted by her mom, Kirsten, and her dad, Alex. Outside of soccer, Kelsey is a member of the Lakota West Wrestling Team, where she earned an individual state title last year. Her university search continues as she plans to wrestle in college and pursue a degree in marketing. Kelsey's favorite memory is trolling with Anne Marie. Kelsey, we will miss your energy, competitiveness, your gentle heart. Thank you for your time commitment to this program. We wish you all the best with your continued career. Ladies and gentlemen, our final senior, number 22, Kelsey King.
Good evening and welcome to Firebird Field of tonight's action of your Lakota West Firebirds against the Middletown Middies. This is the last game of the regular season. I am Jackson and by my side is Nikos. Nikos, what are your thoughts going into tonight's game?
Well, I'm really excited with this being senior night. Get to see all these stars who have progressed throughout their high school career, now likely playing their last game of girls soccer on this field. I'm really excited to see how things turn out. Middletown, of course, has kind of struggled throughout the year, just 5-9-1, and have kind of been struggling throughout October. Have not won a game throughout this October stretch, so this should be one that West gets to take at home on senior night. I want to see him get up early. That's obviously been one of the biggest struggles so far this year for this squad, kind of just keeping the gas going in that first half. They do a great job of switching things up in the second half and coming back and keeping it close and a lot of times coming out on top. But I like to see that first half struggle kind of disapparate and kind of just like move forward and take the win in the first half and not have to spend that second half, trying to play from behind and really just win for your seniors. Of course, like I said, last game from Firebird Field, you just want to come out on top and just be able to say you won here on senior night.
Absolutely. It's definitely something that you want to come out big with and definitely have some momentum going into the playoffs, absolutely, as well.
Yeah, with a 1-0 loss to Springboro, not a bad loss at all, but it'd be nice to say, you went into the playoffs on a W winning streak. So I guess we'll see tonight. I believe West has got it. I'd say maybe 5 or 6-0. This is a very lopsided rivalry. If you go back through the numbers, they have not lost since at least 2004. That's as far back as the GMC website goes. I imagine that record goes further, but as far as that goes, I mean, that's 20-plus straight wins against Middletown. So well, hopefully they keep it here tonight, and it starts with a header.
Goal for the Firebirds. That was number 17, Audrey Anthony. What a start to her senior night.
Perfect, brilliant move from Anthony. Tap that one in, a perfect corner, perfect execution, and that's a great way to start.
Yeah, like you were saying, Nikos, they definitely need to come out strong and really just prevent them from having to play that lopsided game like you were saying. And they definitely came out big inside of 2 minutes, and it's already 1-0 Firebirds.
Yeah, and Audrey Anthony, like I said earlier this year, she has been the hot hand, especially down this stretch of the year throughout October. She has been on fire, scoring in almost every game, a lot of times having multi-goal games, of course, against Coleraine, Sycamore, and maybe here tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely look forward to that. She's definitely wanted to keep tacking on, especially in games like this where it's not the most even competition like you were saying, but definitely a confidence booster for sure.
It's her 4th year starting on varsity. She has had quite the career, and it's looking like it's going to end on a bang.
Yeah, you could definitely say that, Nikos. Firebirds here moving around the back, trying to keep that build-up moving and that progress going in the midfield. Nice move down the outside by Anthony. Here she comes down the far side, tries to play towards middle, ultimately
nice
gets it towards Baldock. Baldock shot on goal, nice save. That was number 0, that was Michaela Snow in goal.
Getting to see all your seniors starting here tonight. Of course, you have Bittlinger and Mack in there as well to join them for these Firebirds, and it's looking like this squad is going to do pretty well tonight.
Yeah, I think that's definitely safe to say, Nikos. They've been pretty dominant on the ball so far. Haven't really allowed Middletown much. As they take the corner there, got deflected, and it'll be taken away partially by Middletown and cleared up. Nice interception there from Gracie Goodman. That'll be a Firebird throw on the far side.
This is definitely a game where West can, run up the score. Of course, West has kind of drilled out games, not winning by a lot too many times, but against Middletown, their offense is just slightly worse than the Firebirds statistic-wise, but their defense is really where the struggle starts, as a foul down there on Anthony, but 62 goals allowed, more than double the Firebirds have.
Yeah, that's definitely a high number from a defensive perspective. Definitely something they need to improve on. Obviously not this year with this being the last game, but maybe they can change it up a little bit. Nice interception there from the Firebirds. Trying to play it on the far side. Nice save and volley there from Anthony. She finds Baldock up top. Kelsey Baldock shot towards goal. It'll be behind, and that'll be a Middies goal kick.
Wes has done a great job so far this game, getting those interceptions, keeping it on that Middletown side of the field, helping them get more and more shots on goal, which will be vital to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice pressure down the far side from the Firebirds, force an unlucky pass. Nice interception there from Middletown. Bittlinger wins it back in the middle. She's got options, tries to go around, ultimately gets the ball taken away. Nice interception there from Mack to get it back. Definitely some back and forth action right now between the two sides, trying to get something going for both teams. Nice tackle there. That was short.
Nice setup by Bittlinger. Even better defensive play by Middletown. I think that was Olivia Miller on that outside.
Yeah, nice play by her as we'll line up for another Firebird corner here. They were successful on one of their ones earlier. Let's see what they can do here.
Watch Held flashing down low. There she goes. Can't get it to fall.
Nice clearance off the line there from the Middletown defense. Great play. I like this.
I like the strategy.
Yeah, I like this corner strategy from the Firebirds, bunching all around the goalkeeper, trying to make some confusion, and then ultimately just creating space for themselves.
Kind of forces the one-on-one between Grace Lauback and Leah Held if you can get that connection, which is definitely one that Held can win on a decent percentage of the tries.
Yeah, for sure. Wes trying to utilize that physicality and just really run away with this one.
She had a goal last time they played. We'll see if she can get one here tonight.
Nice corner there from Goodman towards Bittlinger. Shot, goal, just wide. And that'll be a Middies goal kick. Nice little connection there from Goodman and Bittlinger in the middle. Couldn't quite put it away, but I like the corner and I like the ball movement.
And these broadcasts get better and better every time, Jackson. Throughout the year, you start the year, it is quite hot. And I'm sure it's the same feeling for the players. It is blazing, but now sun's already gone down. The game has just started. Should have a pretty calm, relaxing night the rest of the way.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a soccer weather. You see a lot of them down there with their long sleeves on. Definitely a kind of game you love to play.
Soccer weather indeed.
Nice tackle there from the Firebirds. Got options over the top. Finds Pace on the far side. Pace shot on goal just wide. Unlucky from the Firebirds. Pace was just off balance there. Couldn't quite put it away.
Kind of a tough angle to put that one through. A nice pass from, I think that was Barlog, to set that one up. Just wasn't able to finish.
Nice clearance up by Held. She finds Pace. Pace with a through ball on the far side towards. Shot on goal, saved. Nice save there from Snow.
Pretty impressive shot by Kelsey with her left foot. That's not an easy shot to make.
Yeah, absolutely. Baldock definitely stepped up there, dribbled her way past a couple defenders, got the shot on goal, couldn't quite get it to go, but I like that aggressiveness early. Nice interception in the middle from Anthony. Firebirds trying to capitalize here. Nice clearance from Middletown.
As much as I like the high-flying offense, I'd like to see the play develop a little bit more. Just kind of been pushing it a little bit too much and haven't been able to develop any plays, but I kind of like what they've got going right here.
Yeah, Baldock with a nice ball towards the middle. Couldn't quite find what she was looking for. Plays it back in. She had Anthony. Anthony just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Speaking of which, here's a shot from Anthony just wide, and that'll lead for another goal kick. Excellent ball movement from the Firebirds and a nice shot on goal.
board.
Both those teams will have a shot in this tournament. West, of course, playing number 4 Fairfield. So look at that rematch, and then Middletown will head to Lebanon. So both teams about to go into a away format game. So this is a big one to gain momentum in a game where you're not going to have a whole lot of crowd on your side.
Great move there on the far side from Baldock. She tries to play it in, initially deflected away. Trying to use her body there, can't quite get to it. Nice little 2-on-1 win from the Firebirds. Held, plays it towards the back post towards Anthony. She wins.
Way to fight off the defenders.
Shot on goal. Great
Got
save
it.
Initially, but it goes in. Second goal of the night for Audrey Anthony, and Firebirds go up 2-0.
2 quick goals in less than 10 minutes. Anthony is on fire tonight, and I mean, at this rate, she could have a hat trick before the end of the first half.
Yeah, that's her 11th goal of the year. Great year thus far for Audrey Anthony, and now she's just tacking them on. Like you said, maybe that hat trick in the near future.
She has just been getting linearly better throughout this season. Just each game, continuing her success, playing better and better, finding open shots and open passes to her teammates. She's been able to do it all.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely had the hot hand, or I guess you could say hot foot, definitely on the offense so far. It's been setting up numerous goal chances, and hopefully we can get another one here, as that's Goodman on the far side taking the throw.
Kind of started the year with a very well-rounded offensive attack. Pretty much everyone got involved in the goal-scoring department. It's a deep shot. Not quite there, but yeah, I mean, towards the end of this year, they have really started to rely on Anthony's scoring ability. Her and Baldock have become quite the duo so far this season, especially in the latter games.
Yeah, absolutely. They've definitely been really linking up on the ball well, and we've definitely seen it so far in this game thus far. Nice interception there from Bittlinger. She finds Pace on the far side. Pace, nice ball over the top.
That's a
Chance
one-on-one
on goal.
opportunity.
Shot off the post and no good. Unfortunate from the Firebirds. We still love those chances early, though, and that'll lead to a Middies goal kick.
That is a perfect opportunity. That's one-on-one. Pretty good defense from Middletown's goalie. Just wasn't able to finish it from Witterstatter.
Nice pressure from the Firebirds there. Nice interception from Pace. Her shot on goal, that'll go wide. Unfortunate for the Firebirds again, but regardless, they are keeping up that high pressure on the offensive side, and they really haven't let the Middies get any break on defense.
Yeah, I mean, quantity over quality. They have gotten numerous attempts, and eventually they're going to go in. You saw both from Anthony. You keep this up, and you're bound for more success.
Yeah, for sure. I think their game plan right now is just to get it on her foot and just see where it goes from there.
Oh, nice underneath pass.
Called offsides by the AR on the far side on Pace, and that'll be a Middies free kick.
Middletown's got to take this opportunity and use it wisely. Good stop from Bittlinger, though.
Yeah, the Middies thus far, they really haven't been able to utilize their set pieces very well so far. They've really just been giving it away pretty easily to these Firebirds.
It started from the defense. Defensive side of the ball can't even get it to the offensive side. It's just been trying to play from behind. Pretty much, I mean, they scored within like 2 minutes, so they have really been playing from behind this entire game, which makes it that much harder, especially down 2 goals. I mean, it's not going to be easy the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you also see the Firebirds in previous games, they haven't been really a first-half team like you've said, and now in this game with all their confidence brewing, I really think this game could get out of hand quickly if not settled.
Yeah, I mentioned Middletown has not won in October, let alone scored a goal. They have allowed 20 goals in their 3 October games and has not scored once. Now, they did play Oak Hills. That's never easy, as well as Fairfield. So pretty tough stretch, which is the opposite to West, who had a tough September slate, but then this October they have been on fire. And other than that loss to Springboro, which a 1-0 loss to one of the best teams in Ohio. I mean, right now you'll take that. As well as they also played a pretty close game to Oak Hills. So this is a team that they play up to competition. They could be a sneaky team come playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. None of those losses are anything to be shameful of. Like you said, some of the best teams in Ohio. And really, they've just been playing, like you said, up to their competition. But the thing is, they haven't been playing down to their competition at all. As we've seen in this game so far, they're up 2-0 early. And really, they're just kind of putting Middletown under and just demoting all that confidence.
I mean, you can tell the confidence is up. You saw the senior night earlier. You saw Baldock's favorite memory being beating MND for the first time, 1-0. That is confidence. That's exactly what UNC headed into a big tournament, especially for these seniors.
Yeah, absolutely. And might I say, thus far in this game, the defense has really stepped up. They haven't really allowed any offensive gain for the Middletown Middies, and really it's just been a heavily favored game for the Firebirds. Definitely a confidence booster, to say the least. Nice clearance there from the Middies. That was number 1. That was Cooper. Now here comes Middletown building up a little bit here. Shot blocked initially by Schultz. Second shot on goal. Nice save there from Easterling.
Above the head, it's never easy to make that jump and grab, but certainly made it look easy.
Yeah, for sure. I really just jinxed the Firebirds there. I just said no shots allowed on goal, and there's the first one, but Easterling seemed to handle it pretty well and just ultimately got the save.
The senior starting tonight hasn't got too much playing time so far this season. Kind of took that backup role to Evelyn Fennick, who's also done an excellent job, but both of them very capable goalkeepers, and you're seeing it so far tonight. If you're West, you got to keep this out of your own territory. Set up your offense for success.
Yeah, for sure. You can't let this little Middletown possession get out of hand here. Shot initially on goal. Nice save there again from Easterling. Nice little scoop catch there.
Yeah, good timing. You saw a bit of a curve on that shot. She was able to make the adjustment and make the grab.
Nice punt there upfield. Couldn't quite get on the foot of Baldock. However, she'll stay on it.
Oh, perfect.
Great block. She's got Wembugu in the middle. Plays it towards her. Great deflection away by Middletown.
Something Wembugu does very well is, coming in and setting herself in a position to snag a pass from a teammate like Baldock, and she just has a knack for getting open off ball.
Yeah, for sure. Firebirds here looking to build out the back a little bit more. Nice ball through by Mack and Bittlinger. Bittlinger through towards Baldock. Nice move towards the outside. She's got player in the middle. Nice save there. Rebound shot blocked again. Goalie goes down there.
Hope she's all right. So we'll take a quick step aside, make sure she's okay. We'll see you guys in just a moment.
And we come back. The keeper, Snow, appears to be okay, and she'll punt it upfield. Nice interception early from the Firebirds. Wembugu with the one-on-one. Couldn't quite win it. Nice ball over the top there from Cooper. She'll clear it all the way back towards Easterling. Easterling with a nice clearance of her own. And here comes Anthony and the Firebirds. Anthony dribbling towards the near side. She's got pace on the through ball. Plays it towards her. There goes Bree Pace down the near side. And called offsides. Didn't appear to be that way, but regardless, we'll go with AR's decision. It'll be a Middletown free kick.
That would have been a nice setup if it weren't for the call on the field. And I'll have to set one up just like it. They want that third goal. It's a really nice play from Anthony. Came kind of from the far side, came all the way to the middle to make the save and set up pace. Obviously was in vain, but still a very solid move.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a great ball movement there from the Firebirds. Anthony found pace through. And now here comes Baldock trying to win the one-on-one. Nice defensive shielding there for Middletown. That was number 10, Mills.
Nice
and now here
steal
comes
from
Bittlinger. Bittlinger shot on goal.
Got it.
Goal for the Firebirds. That's their third of the night. Number 10, Darcy Bittlinger.
As a perfect save. Baldock got it all the way down the field. Wasn't able to take it away from the Middletown defender, Mills, and then Bittlinger did the rest.
Yeah, she got a nice, easy interception there and then just took it herself and put it perfectly in the bottom corner on the far side.
Uh, 3-0 already. Offense looking perfect, defense looking even better.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a nice block early there on the possession. That was number 2. That was Sarah Newman. Great block from her. Now Firebirds already back on offense. And here comes Newman down the near side. She's got pace in the middle. She's taken down. Ref says play on, and that'll be a goal kick. Unlucky call for the Firebirds. She appeared to be dragged down there, but regardless, it'll be a goal kick for the Middies.
Newman has really come into her own on this team. Just a sophomore, but 2 goals on the year. She has made quite the impact offensively.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely not like the player who scores all the goals, like you said, but she's definitely an impact player regardless and plays her role in this team.
And at just a sophomore, she has shown the capability to do so. And when she's a senior, I wouldn't be surprised if she was one of those top scorers on this offense.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a good prediction. Here comes the free kick on the far side from Middletown. It'll be Cooper taking it. She'll play it near side. Nice clearance initially from Wambugu. And blocked again by the Firebirds. Here they come down the far side. Great move there initially. And now they're moving around in the middle.
Good ball movement.
Great ball movement from the Firebirds to break out there. Now Leah Held here on the near side. She finds Bittlinger down line. Bittlinger with pace and great through ball from Bree Pace. Now here comes Darcy down the near side. She tries to find somebody in the middle. She's got Newman. Newman cuts back. Shot on goal. 4th goal of the night. Another goal for the Firebirds, and that's 4-0.
Coaching cannot ask for any better ball movement than that. That was perfect. It was pass and cut all the way down. It's like a 3-man weave out there all the way down to the goal, and then Newman finishes it off.
Yeah, great stuff from the Firebirds there. Now 4-0 early. They're really just piling it on here. And we'll see what else they can do. That ball will sail out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Firebirds with Reese Jarrett. Firebirds slowly building out of the back here. We're now halfway through the first half. Firebirds have really been no nonsense thus far on the offense, and a 4-0 score definitely shows it.
We'll see Blamer check in for Bittlinger. She has also really increased that PT throughout the year. Kind of started out on JV, and now she's been just kind of an impact player coming off the bench for the varsity team.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely one of those players who has really solidified her role on this varsity roster. And although she's not a starter like you said, she's definitely played a key role on this team thus far. Here comes the Firebirds down the middle. Shoved it, a little shove in the back there.
Taking some hits.
Still tries to get a shot on goal. Schmidt, unfortunate with the no call there. Shot by Wambugu, knocked down. Rebound, goal for the Firebirds.
What a possession for the Firebirds. It started with a Witterstatter hustle play cut all the way down. Set it up to Wambugu and then tipped off, and I think that was Blamer. And they're going to wave it off. And it's going to be an offsides, man. That has been a killer so far for the Firebirds.
Yeah, Maddie Blamer there thought she initially had the goal and then the ref waved it off. You could see the smile just fade off her face.
I mean,
unfortunate.
I can't blame her. I did too. Gotta say, on senior night, they certainly came through 4-0 already. Not just barely halfway through this first half.
Yeah, definitely a pretty lofty push so far for the Firebirds. Thought I saw a little handball there. Ref says play on.
Maybe more than hand. Looked like she kind of just held it for a second.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed no call there. Regardless, Firebirds will maintain possession here. Great ball movement. Nice cut there from Newman. She'll play it through on the far side. And here come the Firebirds. She's got options in the middle. Plays it near post. Initially knocked down. Shot deflected away. Great hustle from Wambugu, but ultimately that's knocked away for a Firebird corner.
Real good defensive play from Lampkin. It looked like Wambugu had it coming off that edge, but just got her leg just enough in to make the stop.
For Middletown will be number 21, Leah CP.
Coming off for the Firebirds is Audrey Anthony. She's got 2 on the night. She'll take a little breather here.
With how this game's going, I wouldn't be surprised if she's not in a whole lot of this game. Gotta rest your starters for these playoff matches coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a game where you got to utilize the bench a lot here. See what kind of talent you really have going into the playoffs and just see who you can utilize.
It's part of what I wrote when you're playing a team like Middletown that you beat 20-plus times in a row. Part of it is just stay healthy. You know, you don't want any just frustrating injuries to take you out for your final tournament season, especially if you're a senior.
Yeah, it could definitely be really frustrating. But regardless, the Firebirds have played really well tonight thus far.
Yeah. And
they're still moving it. Nice play by Maddie Blamer on the near side. She's got 2 on her. And that'll be out of bounds for a middies throw-in.
Good fight from Blamer, but just had one too many middies on her.
Yeah, she was definitely at a little bit of a disadvantage there. Nice fake there from Held. She goes down line trying to find somebody. Nice little cut back.
Good. Blamer and Held just kind of playing hot potato with the ball.
Nice block there from Schultz. She'll play it towards the far side. Initially one, couldn't quite get there. Shot on goal from the Firebirds, couldn't quite get it in. Regardless, great movement.
Now it looks like you got another corner here. That's something West has done a great job of just taking advantage of these scoring opportunities on these corner kicks. You have plenty of time to set up the play. And whether it's a perfect kick in or a head in, as we saw earlier from Anthony, or just a nice shot.
Played short here from the Firebirds, played in by Held. They've got multiple bodies in the middle, couldn't quite get there. Played back in, shot on goal, knocked down, but it'll go in.
Got it. That's number 5 for the Firebirds.
Dakota West goal scored
That
by number
was
15, Liz Hall.
Not quite sure. I think it was the freshman Elizabeth Hall who put that one in.
that was her. I believe that was her first goal for the Firebirds. This is only her second game. Great stuff from the freshman.
Oh no, sorry about that delayed reaction. Kind of hard to find her on that list on that roster with her coming off from JV. But still, nonetheless, a very impressive shot. And 5-0 already, exceeding both of our predictions. Or hitting it, I should say.
Yeah, definitely great stuff from the Firebirds.
For Dakota West will be number 19, Izzy Moira.
Coming on for the Firebirds will be number 19.
And this is where we get to go off the roster list when you're already up 5-0 in the first half. Kind of solid against Princeton. A lot of new names coming on to the field.
I believe that is Morera who came onto the field, number 19. This is also her second game on the varsity roster. See if she can make an impact as well.
Yeah, I think their first game they came in was versus Princeton in that 10-0 beatdown, you could call it. We'll see if they can add to that and run up this score. Excuse me, it was 9-0.
Here comes the corner on the far side. Firebirds can't initially knock it down. They will maintain possession, though. Great clearance there from Middletown. They're trying to build out here, see if they can do something. Nice interception from the Firebirds on the far side. Good cutback as well. Back and forth on the possession here from the Firebirds and the Middies. See if either team can get something going here. Nice steal from the Firebirds there, trying to build out of the back. Possession has definitely not resided on one team in the past minute or so here. Definitely a lot of back and forth action. Firebirds will line up for a corner, or excuse me, a throw-in on the far side.
It's the first time my head has looked to the right in a very long time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, in case you couldn't tell, it's definitely been a one-sided game as far as what Nikos is saying.
It just takes one look at the scoreboard to know, Jackson.
Yeah, one little glance up will tell you all you need to know.
It's slowly but surely these throw-ins have gotten West down the field, kind of gained back a bit of the territory.
Middletown really struggling to string passes together here. They've just constantly been just booting it upfield. And like I said, they've really been struggling to find those simple passes to just build out the back.
Good pickup by Mack. A nice pass by Schmidt.
Nice aggression there from Blamer to force the clearance, and it'll be another Firebird throw on the near side. Lining up to take it is number 19, Morera.
Coming in and getting playing time on varsity. That's not easy, especially with some of the upperclassmen that's on this team.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely like to see it from a coaching's perspective, though, letting those freshmen come out in a game that you know it's going to be dominant and really just let them get some good, nice playing time and show their worth for this team.
Yeah, not only is it good for the players, but it's a pretty good sign as well.
Nice cutback there from Schmidt. Great cutback And that one is in. That is the 6th goal of the night. That one for Remy Schmidt.
Perfect move by Schmidt. That's her 4th of the year. She has made her place on varsity so far this season. That is a perfect one-on-one action on that near side. Perfect movement across, nice fake, and even better finish.
Yeah, that was a beautiful cutback there. Had the keeper completely lost and just buries it into the near corner.
She has had a nice progression on varsity. Last year, started the year, not too much time, and then slowly got more and more. And now this year, she has been everywhere on the field. And I mean, 4 goals her sophomore year on varsity. That's good to see.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely been incorporated well into this lineup. Shot by Blamer. Nice save there from Snow. And that'll be cleared away. Not fully, though. Firebirds still have a chance. They'll let it go for a throw-in. Here comes Newman. Nice cutback from her. She finds
Good
Schmidt on the near side.
Not to force anything there.
Yeah, Firebirds really just going nice and easy here, trying to get those passes strung together with this big lead. Really just got to work on passing here.
I think this is, I don't want to keep harping on Jackson, but this is the perfect way to go into the playoffs. Last game, you get to play at home. It's senior night. Smiles on all their faces, and now you're up 6-0 in the first half. You just get to cruise the rest of the game. You can't ask for much better of a matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Confidence and morale and team morale is really just at an all-time high right now.
And that's half the game is just, like you said, confidence. It's a big part of any sport.
Nice corner kick from Wade there. Firebirds trying to get something going. Played back towards Wade on the near side. She'll try and cross it in off the weak foot there. Couldn't quite get it in. And that'll be a Middies goal kick. Still great ball movement from the Firebirds here on the near side, trying to build it up continuously.
Again, the offense is just keeping the ball in Middletown territory. I mean, Snow can't get a break.
Yeah, she's definitely had her work cut out for her tonight, as we see with that 6-0 lead thus far for the Firebirds. Really unfortunate for her, as the score doesn't really reflect how many shots and moments she's had tonight. Under 7 to go here. Firebirds up 6-0. And now they're just trying to pile it on further, keeping the ball moving on that far side.
I mean, it's senior night, and pretty much every senior is out of the game right now. It just doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter who's out there. West is doing their thing, keeping the goal count high.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Gracie Goodman line up on the near side here, one of those few seniors that you said are probably checking back into the game. She'll come on here with about 6 to go. On the far side for the Firebirds, trying to get something going. Played towards the middle, knocked down by Snow, and then she'll pick it up. Great save there from her.
She's made some pretty talented saves tonight. It's just, like I said, quantity over quality, and I don't know about that passing.
Shot on goal. That one goes in.
I think that one was Newman. Man, I mean, that one was just handed to her. I don't know. It looked like Snow just threw it right to her feet. I don't know if she made a deflection, but it was thrown right to her, and then it was just one-on-one from there, which, I mean, she's not going to mess around there. That's another one to add to the totals.
Yeah, unfortunate for Snow. Seems fatigue might have set in a little bit there. Tried to get the punt, just seemed to go off the really wrong part of her foot. Went straight to Newman, excuse me, and then she just put it away from there.
And it's 7-0, and it's not even halftime, Jackson.
Foul, leads to a Dakota West free kick.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to be a really long game for Middletown.
We talked after that Princeton game with Anthony and Wambugu, and they said how there's a bit of a cap. Coaches don't let them score more than 9. We'll see if they go over that tonight, just with how many they've already scored, but I think we're in for a lot less action in the second half.
Yeah, I think double digits could really be on the horizon, like you said, if it weren't for that cap on the goals.
I mean, with how well West is shooting tonight, you might accidentally put one in.
Nice tackle there from Goodman on the near side. She'll just toe poke it right around the Middletown player, and she'll kick it out for a Middletown throw on the near side.
Middletown starting to slowly push this one into West territory.
Spoke a little too soon there, Nikos.
I tried to support them a little bit down 7, but maybe I should just stick to West support.
Yeah, I
like
don't
it works
exactly
out in
think
my
this is
favor a
going to
lot
be an
better.
underdog story tonight, Nikos.
Yeah, time's slowly running out. I'm going to have to agree with you. With it being a 7-0 lead for the Firebirds, go ahead and peep the socials down there. We're on everything: X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, of course, as we're streaming there right now. All exclusive content on all 4 platforms. Make sure to check them out after or during halftime. A lot of cool stuff out there. I have a lot of very talented social media experts. Neil Sagu, of course, was on the mic with you last week. Alex Dufek had some time with you. A couple other of them do a great job, so make sure to go check it out. Get some exclusive content. But with this half winding down, couldn't have asked for much a better of a half.
Yeah, for sure. 7-0 is really just kind of insane, even with how long you've had the underclassmen out there, some of the backups as well. Just really just Firebirds just been putting it away.
Kind of interesting. A lot of the teams with losing records that we've played have been huge blowouts. It almost looks like, it was Princeton, now it's Middletown. They're just kind of exhausted, tired out there. And you don't see the energy. Like I said, it's a lot of confidence and excitement, and you just don't really see that out there. West, however, throughout October, despite having, not the record they would be hoping for, they have not slowed down or backed down. They have continued to fight, and that's why they're about to hit 500, as long as nothing too crazy happens here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely play higher than what their record shows. Like you said, they didn't have the best September month, but October they really shined how they're supposed to with that high-quality month. And then now, going into the playoffs, they have a lot of confidence. They have a lot of goal scorers and people they know they can rely on, and they just have a lot moving for them going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they've just the ability to fight this much adversity really gives them a head up going against some of the more talented teams. You have some of the top-heavy teams, Oak Hills, the Masons. They haven't really had a whole lot of adversity to fight. They've pretty much destroyed almost every one of their opponent because of how good they are. But with West, they've kind of had to fight for each win. It doesn't really look like it here tonight, but some of those previous games, the heartbreaking loss to Oak Hills, that's one that I'm sure is on a lot of these players' heads, and they're going to remember going into the playoffs if they end up seeing them. If they can make it that far, kudos to them, but I think that really works in their advantage, even though they don't have the best record. they've gotten to play so much top-heavy competition that it's really paid off.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to want revenge on some of those previous losses that they've had this season. Little injury here at midfield.
For Middletown. Yeah, we'll quickly take a step aside. We'll be right back. Looks like should be fine, but just in case, we'll be right back.
And welcome back. We took a short break for that injury. Unfortunately, she did have to go off. It was number 17, Madeline Saunders. Unfortunate injury for her. And she'll have to have somebody else come on with just about a minute left in this first half.
Tough night to go down. The sophomore Saunders. Hopefully she's all right moving forward into the playoffs.
Now 20 seconds to go. Really just time-wasting mode here for both teams really at this point.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And I think that'll do it for the first half.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And at the end of the first half, Lakota West up 7-0. We will go to the break, and we will be back in just a short bit.
Middletown 0.
Welcome back to second half action of your Lakota West Firebirds against the Middletown Middies. As you can see, it's definitely been a one-sided affair so far, 7-0 Lakota West. Nikos, what have been some of the things that the Firebirds have been doing well that has caused so many of these goals?
Oh, my.
And we see one early right away for the Firebirds.
I think that one was Anthony again, and that's going to be a hat trick. Hey, man, I couldn't even get it out my mouth before she scores an 8th goal. Or the team scores an 8th goal, her 3rd. What a shot. Just less than a minute into the game, in the second half. But, wow, what I was going to say was they've done a great job of keeping it on the Middletown side and keeping opportunities high. Like I said in the first half, quantity over quality has been the key to the game. A lot of shots, and a lot of shots means a lot of goals. There'll be a Middletown foul there. Middletown, on the other hand, has just not been able to get any offensive pressure at all, which has just kept the pressure on the defense and has just tired them out on that side of the ball, and the offense has just been a non-factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's definitely been a one-sided game, and we just proved it there. What was it, 30 seconds? And Firebird scored already in the second half. And congrats to Anthony on the hat trick on her senior night.
Yeah.
Got to be a great feeling to have.
And Jackson, I was all ready to give a spiel about how the first half went, and I didn't even get a chance to catch my breath for this second half.
Yeah, you were just rudely interrupted by a great goal from Audrey Anthony.
I think she needs to just wait until I'm done talking before her excellence is put on display. But it'll be an offsides on the Firebirds, and now the time continues to tick. I imagine that running clock should be coming soon, if not already. And there you go again. Like I was saying, Jackson, offensive pressure. I mean, you're up 8-0, and Middletown still can't keep it on the other side. Another shot and another goal. I think that was Anthony again.
4th goal of the night. Unbelievable from Audrey Anthony. 13th goal of the year.
Going berserk. I mean, she's making it look easy. I mean, that one looked even easier than the one before.
Firebirds be number 19.
Yeah, I mean, for the Middletown Middies, morale has just got to be in an all-time low right now. Down 9-0, and the second half just started 3 minutes ago.
Maybe all she needs is a break to get these goals in. I mean, she started the first half with 2 quick, and now she started the second half with 2 quick. And now she gets a breather after her success. Man.
Yeah, Firebirds here, still keeping that pressure up. Now just looking to pass, get their ball movement up, and really just maintain possession and ride this one out.
So if it's like last time, I think the number is 9 goals. And that's all they'll get tonight. So like you said, a lot of passing to be seen the rest of the night. So Anthony gets that number quick. As I mentioned earlier, they have a matchup versus Fairfield next week. I think it's next Monday. That one's in an away setting, the number 4 Fairfield. They played earlier in the year. Fairfield took that one 3-1, but I think these are 2 very, very different teams now. Firebirds are just they have so many different looks now. I mean, you see Anthony already 4 goals tonight. I think Fairfield's in for one. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely have a lot of things going for them into this, going into that game. They have a lot of confidence coming off this game and obviously throughout their past month or so of playing. And then I really think they just have all the momentum going into it. And really, if Fairfield doesn't come out strong, I don't really know if they can stop this West team.
Yeah, Fairfield, that will be cleared away. That's just a 1-for-1 trap game. If I know the definition of a trap game, fits it perfectly. You have West, who is, upset alert. West is coming off of the hottest stretch of the season they've had, with Anthony capping off the season with 4 goals, and then you have Fairfield, who is very talented in their own right, but I mean, it's hard to have as good of an October as West has had.
Yeah, you know, even as a Cleveland fan, I got to have a little bias here, but it's almost like, if I can compare it here, it's almost like the Cleveland Guardians and how they responded back in September. A little bit of a comparison there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't say the same for the Reds, who they made the playoffs, but that's about it, and not much to show for. Yeah, I mean, we talked about West October being the complete opposite to their September, and then you have Fairfield on the other hand, a win against Middletown 6-0, and a loss to Beaver Creek, which is not much you can do there. Beaver Creek is very talented, and then a tie to Sycamore, something West did earlier in the year. So, I mean, the record does not say it all. Like you said earlier, West is much better than their record, and you're going to see that next week.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a very safe prediction. West also trying to get some get back as they fell to Fairfield earlier this year.
Yeah.
Definitely a game that they want back and that they want back with style.
If you follow the Instagram, you saw the interview with Audrey Anthony and Anne-Marie Wambugu. You heard Wambugu say, "We're going to kill them all." And I mean, that's certainly what they've done here tonight. And if you continue that pattern, they should do it against Fairfield.
Yeah, it's really been a massacre of goals, if you could say so.
Go to West of the offsides room. Indirect kick.
So another offsides on the Firebirds. They're pushing double digits in that regard tonight. But I think that kind of plays in their favor to run some time off this clock. And Middletown in no rush.
Yeah, with that running clock, they can really just do whatever they want at this point. It's just a little practice for 33 minutes.
Just some in-game reps, keep away. It's going to be the name of the game for this second half.
Ball will drift out of bounds for a West throw-in here on the far
Firebirds,
side.
Number 23, Evelyn Fennick.
Subbing onto the field is number 23, Evelyn Fennick, the starting goalkeeper here.
Looks like
She'll come on and try and score some goals of her own here.
Hey, you know what? I like it, Jackson. You get to get some outside looks. You know, you never know. It's that next man up or next woman up mentality that you have in sports. If someone goes down, you might need Evelyn Fennick to come in and make a play. See what she's capable of. This is why the goalie runs just like the rest of the team.
Yeah, with her coming on here, you can only wonder, maybe she can score in this game. You know, you rarely see keepers do it throughout the whole season. We'll see if that can change tonight.
Now, you really can't ask for a better way if you're on this team to go into fall break at the end of the first quarter. It's a lot of optimism in the building, for sure.
Yeah, not just in girls soccer, but also boys soccer. They took on Middletown boys soccer tonight at Middletown. One can only assume that they handled business there as well, as they also have a fairly good record against Middletown throughout the recent years.
Yeah, and then you look at football, clean sweep. They beat Middletown earlier this year, and they got a lot of optimism too. You know, you had a bit of a rough stretch, ended with that tough Fairfield loss, but now they look to be back on track. They're winning the games they should, and now they got a tough one against that tough Oak Hills defense. You'll see that one Friday night. We'll be live here from Firebird Field.
Yeah, we'll see what the Firebirds can do in that game. Hopefully, it'll be domination like we've seen in this game so far.
Yeah. Hey, from a fan perspective, I agree. From a commentating perspective, I hope that one's close, Jackson. We do not need a repeat of 9-0. We talked about it before. I don't think you ever said it, but you're going to come back and say, Firebirds up by a touchdown with how this one's gone. Now they're up by 3 field goals, but nevertheless, it has been quite the offensive show out.
Yeah, this is a little bit more of a football score than a soccer score, really, at this point, like you were saying. Ball will take a deflection off Natalie Mack for a Middies corner kick. I believe that's one of their first of tonight, if not the first.
Yeah, this might be the best look they get of the night if you're Middletown. I think that's Jade Calderon on the kick. Or excuse me, it'll be Kennedy Cooper from the corner.
Nice ball, and that's knocked down by Mack. Shot on goal. Comfortable save there from Easterling.
Easterling been playing pretty incredible tonight, making some pretty good saves. Obviously, like you said, haven't been a whole lot of shots for Middletown, but the ones they've had have had nowhere to go, thanks to Easterling.
Yeah, she's not the usual starter out there for Fennec, but regardless, she's definitely stepped into that starting role and really just maintained a really good game so far for herself.
Entering the game for Firebirds, number 2, Sarah Newman, number 9, Anne-Marie Van and number 21, Maddie Blamer.
Few subs come on here for the Firebirds. That is Sarah Newman, Anne-Marie Wambugu, and Maddie Blamer.
You definitely want to, like I said, get as many new looks as you can. You never know what could happen in the playoffs, but also you want to keep your players healthy. You know, you don't want any big injuries to happen, and then as well as you don't want anyone gassed, because that'll carry on for the next few days.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely don't want anything silly or unnecessary to happen in really a shutout game like this. You just need to keep your composure and really just maintain that strong fist that they've had this entire game.
Nice push from Newman. Can't quite get it to
Middletown foul legal to West free kick.
Morea. Result in a free kick, so Firebirds now have some momentum. We'll see if they decide to score. I think it's just going to be a continued pass around.
Yeah, like you were saying, Nikos, I don't think the coaches allow a score above 9, so you can basically just pick. You can just snap a pick now if you want for the final score.
I mean, that's good coaching. You never want to run up the score too much. Of course, you want everyone to get their numbers, but at the end of the day, once you have the win, there's no reason to keep running it up.
Yeah, definitely some good sportsmanship there from coaching staff and from the players as well. Coming on is number 4, that's Reese Jarrett. She'll come on for number 8, that's Gracie Goodman.
West will have a corner. I'll take it. And there you go. Another one to add to the collection for the Firebirds. And those corners are hard to tell who that was.
I believe that was Brooke Barlog who got the goal there. And it's now double digits. Another football score here, 10-0 Firebirds.
So right as I said, they'll cap it at 9. Right as you said, you can see what the score is going to be already. They add one more. I think that last goal was Newman again. And a great corner from Leah Held. One of the best in the GMC at that suit.
Yeah, off the amount of goals off corners tonight, you got to assume that Leah Held has at least a few assists already.
Oh yeah, and it's like that every game. Huge percentage of their goals come from those corner kicks, thanks to Leah Held and the perfect touch she gives into the box. Sets up her teammates almost every time.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely an assist merchant, you could say, and definitely sets up her teammates really nicely, and is really a selfless player in that aspect.
Yeah, for sure one of the team players. Is the reason she's one of the captains on this team. She's a great leader. Like you said, great, you could say assist merchant, but she really does it all.
We are nearing the halfway point of this second half. Time's just ticking by now, just waiting for this game to be really over at this point.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad goal, though, right there. I thought we would not see any after the back-to-back goals from Anthony. I thought that'd be as much action as we'd see in the second half. But, hey, add one more, maybe we'll see one like it. Of course, like we said, from the other team's perspective, you never want to run up the score, but it's not bad to see a lot of goals in soccer.
Yeah, for sure. It's not something super common, you see. So definitely a score ramped up like this. Good to see from a Firebirds perspective.
Yeah, anytime you hit double digits, like you said, football score, that's all you really have to think about. You see Finnick getting some ball action, but not quite the territory she's used to.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely a little out of her own aspect out there. Pretty much the opposite of what her normal role is. Instead of saving goals, she's trying to find one for herself here.
I mean, hey, if you can say your sophomore year, you had shutouts on one end and goals on the other, that would be an impressive thing to tell, I mean, anyone in your life.
You can tell they're trying to find her the ball here on the near side. Perhaps trying to get a goal for her. And at the very least, just get some good passing action through here. And I think when she's utilized at this spot, she also in turn gets more confidence playing it out the back from the goalkeeper's perspective as well.
And kind of learns the mindset that her opponents will have when flashing down the field trying to score on her. Kind of gives her a new perspective on the game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have both perspectives, you can really just tie it together and utilize both sides of the game.
The Firebirds with number 7, Ella Meyer, and number 15, Liz Hall.
We'll see Schultz and Held come off for a couple JV players. I think that was Ella Meyer and Elizabeth Hall. Both freshmen getting some action here tonight.
Easterling on the punch. He finds Fennick. A little goalie-to-goalie action there.
Not something you're going to see too often this year.
Yeah, this game definitely an oddity in its own at the moment.
These type of games do help the players kind of improve on their passing chops, be able to keep the ball in your hands without, forcing a goal for 20, 30, 40 minutes. That's good to see. And I think there's a Middletown player down, but she will get back up, limping a bit. Refs don't call anything.
Yeah, she definitely appears to be in a little bit of discomfort. She will stay on the field, though. Nice strength shown from her.
A lot of strength shown from all the Middletown players tonight, and they'll play on. But, I mean, to be down 10-0 and keep fighting, that's a trait. It's a good trait to have.
Yeah, for sure. That hard-working spirit definitely hasn't faded so far for these Middletown girls. Definitely something that you can look towards with your head up high.
Yeah, I mean, we keep talking about that matchup for the Firebirds versus Fairfield, but they have one of their own out of conference versus Lebanon. That's a big one as well. Interestingly enough, I believe despite West being the higher seed, I think they end up playing a higher seed themselves. They are the 11 seed playing the 4 seed. Middletown being a lower seed than Firebirds. Just how the tournament worked out, ended up playing a lower seed themselves. So it's kind of interesting quirk about this tournament. We'll see if Middletown can take advantage of that and come out with a W, but that's how this one's going. I'm not sure that one's in their cards.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a weird tournament style for sure, with you can see West dominating in this game, getting the lower seed, and just ultimately having to prove themselves a little bit more against that Fairfield team. But ultimately, I think if West plays their best soccer like they have been of recently, I think they can go toe-to-toe with just about anybody.
Yeah, they've proved it so far this season. And had games like this that are, not the best watch, but there's also been the other ones. The game against Sycamore, a huge tie. Anthony had 2 goals, and then Wambugu had an incredible game-tying score at the end of that game to make that one a tie. And then, of course, that heartbreaker versus Oak Hills, but, again, not a bad loss at all. Very, very close game against not just one of the best teams in Ohio, but one of the best teams in the nation in Oak Hills. And then, of course, the game against Springboro, just 1-0, also not a bad game at all. So, like we've said all game, they play up to competition, but they don't play down. And I think that gives them a head start in this playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to also have to play up towards Fairfield. I keep saying it. They're going to want revenge on that Fairfield squad, and then ultimately I think they can take down the Fairfield Indian squad and really just dominate in that game if they keep up what they've been showing tonight.
Yeah, arguably the only better emotion to have than confidence and just belief in your team is the ability to just want revenge, and that's exactly what they have versus Fairfield. When you lose to a team, you can either be afraid of them, or you can be ready to play them again. And I think that's what this team is. They're ready to play Fairfield again, and I think that one's going to be very, very close.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to want their revenge aspect, and I believe just despite the fact that they've been have had sheer dominance in this game, I think that that fueling emotion of anger and revenge is really going to just put them over the top and really give them that emotional spirit over top of the Fairfield team.
And hey, it helps to know that your starting goalie can come out in there and play on the field if you need them to.
Yeah, for sure. And she's really been holding her own at the winger position. Definitely, you can tell she's definitely out of position, but regardless, has really been playing her role and playing all those nice passes and then making those runs down the line as well.
And our teammates have done a great job of kind of masking that concern for her and setting her up. You see she's getting a lot of ball action despite like you said, being out of her own element, but her teammates have repeatedly passed it to her, showing their belief in her, not just as a goalie, but as a field player as well.
A little bit of a chance there from Middletown. It's ultimately shut down by Natalie Mack. She's definitely been a star on defense today. It's kind of a common theme we've been seeing all season. She has really stepped up as that lead defender. Her and Leah Held as well have both really been just sheer dominant on the defensive aspect today.
And not just today, but all season long. And Mac has just really been the stalwart. You know, she's always there, just making plays. Some of the best clearing in the GMC that you'll see. And then Held, not only has she made quite the defensive impact, but offensively, like we said earlier, she is great at setting up her teammates over the middle and getting things running, as we'll see a Middletown sub come in.
Yeah, absolutely. As you were talking about Leah Held, she really utilizes that speed that she has playing those balls down the line and having those overlap runs. But also, like you said, she's really good at setting up her teammates and being that selfless player that the Firebirds need and just racking up those assists in that column.
You know, not only is this a big game for these seniors, but it's a big one for us, Jackson. This could be the last time I'm on the mic with you in my soccer commentating career. If it is, appreciate my time with you. I'm glad you came on this year. You weren't there last year during the Ethan McDonald years, but I'm glad you came on this year. You've done a great job. You really supported me and helped me out. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I love being in this role as a soccer commentator. Really just love sticking with the game and being able to commentate and just overall be a piece of this West team and just support them in that as well.
One of the most consistent guys this club has ever seen, and you've been there all 4 years of your high school career. Club is not the same without you, man.
Same goes for you, Nikos.
Appreciate it. That's a nice shot on goal from Middletown. Just a little off the donut that's up there on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, the shutout is really in the hands of the Firebirds here. They got to be a little careful there, as from a coaching perspective, with the amount of dominance they've had. Really, the most I'd want at this point is just keep that shutout.
It'd be Easterling's second full game shutout that she's had this year. If she can do it, finish this game out. Just under 12 to go. It's looking likely.
Go to Westby offsides. We'll have a indirect kick for the Middies.
Time really winded down now with that moving clock. Firebirds utter domination in this entire game. They have really not let their foot off the pedal with that offensive possession. Even though the goals have ceased, those goal scoring opportunities have not, and they're not going to take them because of the rules. But regardless, you really like to see that ball movement just from the back up.
That's something this team has really developed throughout the year. Just the ball movement. We've seen it here tonight. They play much better as a team than they did at the beginning of this year. They've made huge strides, all of them, as just becoming team players. Up and down the roster, everyone has just learned to trust each other and their role on the team, and it's been good. It's been good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely seen their team chemistry really come together as well, like you were saying. They've really been playing a lot better as of recently, and I really think everything has come together into this fabulous girls soccer team that has really just been not just dominant in this game, but also in their recent matches as well.
And from the sideline, it looks like all the seniors are going to check in one last time from Firebird Field for the end of this game. Under 10 to go. They're all taking off the pennies, so
Entering game for
it's
Middletown,
looking like
number
it.
6, Candace Williams, number 14, Kamira Dupuy, number 22, Grace Labat, number 23, Addison Dilda.
See him on the sideline. Such a good crew. Work with. Coaches were blessed with this class for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely hope to see them make a deep playoff run this year. With them being seniors, you know, this being their last year, they got to go out with a bang. And really, I can see them going deep into this tournament with all this talent that they have accumulated.
And there you go. Hey, check into the game.
Entering the game
You
for
hear the
Middletown
crowd's
will be
pleasing reaction. Less than 9 to go here tonight. And they'll just get to pass this one around one last time.
Under 10 to go now. Clock just winding down. I think for just about everybody, just hoping this game ends soon and really just move on to the night for the Firebirds and just move on to the playoffs with their heads held greatly high and just have team morale also at an all-time high.
So West will play versus Fairfield in that first round. They'll, I believe, go to Fairfield. And if they win, of course we talked about that being an upset, they'll play the winner of Centerville versus Springfield, another potential revenge game. They lost to Centerville in that first game of the season. Like I said, this is a very, very different team than what we saw to start the year. So if they beat Fairfield, they'll have an even tougher one versus Centerville, if they come out on top versus Springfield.
Yeah, for sure. Like you were saying, this team is really just unmatched compared to the one from at the beginning of the year. They have shown unrivaled changes in really every aspect of the game. They've improved nonstop throughout the whole year. And it's definitely something you can appreciate from both a commentating perspective and from a coaching perspective as well. All that hard work put together into a really fabulous team that is going into this tournament with a great amount of confidence.
And you say from the commentating and coaching perspective, but again, also from a player's perspective, you know, they've not only got to see the hard work on display, but they've got to feel it. You know, of course, I'm sure all of them know how much hard work they've put in and the results that have followed throughout the season. And it's been incredible to watch, but I'm sure it's been even better to play.
Leah held there with a great defensive play. She comes all the way back from midfield and scoops that one away from Middletown, and she'll clear it out. Great play from her.
So I'll give one last update on that tournament. If they win against Centerville, which that one would be tough, I won't lie to you, they'll likely play Oak Hills in another bracket and the regionals. So that'll be tough, to say the least. But again, they had a close one against them. This, you know, as deep as they go in this tournament, it's up to them, and it's up to what they can accomplish. The sky's the limit for sure.
Yeah, like you said, they've been playing up nonstop all year, and I really think with all this accumulation of really great soccer, I think they can go really far in this tournament, regardless of what their record shows, what the odds show, what really anything shows. I think they can go real far.
So a lot of belief up here in the booth, and I imagine a lot down there on the field. Gotta believe. But only time will tell. Anthony looking for that 5th goal of the night down that near side. Middletown will now push it in transition. And before it goes out of bounds, that should tick some more time off the clock for the Firebirds.
Yeah, now with under 5, I mean, it's really been a whole garbage time second half, but now it's the real garbage time. Just ticking away at those last few minutes before an inevitable victory.
Actually, I don't know if I've ever talked about a future OHSAA tournament bracket in my entire life this much. Man, that's what happens when it's 10-0.
Yeah, the stuff you talk about in blowouts, you run out of things to talk about at this point. And like you said, even though you've talked about it so much, there's just so much hype around this team that I think it's really well-deserved.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on forever. There's, like you said, so much to say, so many different variables. Yeah, I mean, when I'm with you, Jackson, it's hard to run out of stuff to talk about. It's pretty easy to keep it rolling. So here comes Middletown. Nice moves from the Middies. It'll fall out of bounds. Nice ball movement from Baldock down that sideline. And I'll say it was touched out of bounds by Anthony. I don't think that one affected her mood a little too much at all.
Yeah, I don't think she's too heavily affected by that ball going out of bounds.
Talked about how this is the last time on Firebird Field, but it won't be the last for everyone, as Kelsey Baldock will plan to play the next level of the game at University of Cumberland. So it'll be interesting to see how her career progresses in college. A lot of talent across his team. It's less than 2 minutes to go now in this game.
Firebirds, even though they haven't scored, their ball movement has really been unparalleled compared to Middletown tonight, especially in these recent moments. And really just been sheer domination, as you can see by the score. It's 10-0, and that just about will do it in this game.
Yeah, their ability to control this game the way they have has been very good to see. As Held gets knocked down. Looked like a big hit. Might have got the breath taken away for a second. Gets up a little slow, but she looks fine. Just about a minute to go now.
1 minute remaining in the match, 1 minute.
Thanks to the PA guy here, Firebird Field, letting us know. Tough loss for Middletown, then.
Yeah.
Not much to say there.
I know we sound like a broken record, Nikos, but with this utter domination in this game, you got to love the confidence. You got to love the team morality at an all-time high, and you got to love the attitude going into next week's game against Fairfield. And really, like I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but I think they can go toe-to-toe with Fairfield and just get that that revenge game that they've been really wanting just all year at this point.
Yeah, I can go to toe-to-toe with just about anyone, but
3, 2,
cannot say the same about Middletown here tonight.
Yeah, unfortunate loss for Middletown. That's going to be your final score of 10-0. Nikos, you want to let them know about tomorrow night?
Of course,
excuse me,
tomorrow
sorry,
night.
Friday-
There is one
Friday
tomorrow
night.
We'll have volleyball versus Fairmont here at Lakota West. We'll be live for that one. And then, of course, what you were referring to, Friday night. You know, it's fall break, but don't forget to come back Friday night if you're in town, or, of course, if you're out of town, check out our YouTube channel. Of course, if you're here, you already know where it is, but I'll say it anyway, at LWHSBC, Lakota West Student Broadcasting. Make sure to tune in for tomorrow night, and then, of course, Friday night. Those are two big Firebird games as the first quarter winds down of this school year. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you then.
Have a great night, everybody.